I came to church one time in 1979, wasn't raised in the church. My mother, one of her co-workers, invited us to go to church. I was a sophomore at Howard University. And I was in the life. I was just in that life. I wasn't a bad guy. I was just in the life. Amen. And I remember she asked me to go to church, and at this time in my life, things were just happening. I had made the dean's list the previous year, and the next year, my scholarship dried up or something happened, and at the same time, I lost my school job, my stay-in-school job, and at the same time, I'm celebrating my birthday. And when you're in the world, you celebrate, right? You celebrate, you know. This is before I met Sheila, and had to put that disclaimer out there. And so my head is bad, and I'm feeling good, and drinking that 151, and I knew I had to get home. Only problem, I got up to Mount Olivet Road up there by the receiving home, and when I thought the light was green, it was actually red, and I drove through the intersection and I hit somebody, and I'm sitting in the car, me and my buddy, and I'm saying, this is it. I'm going to jail. I done hit the person, and police is on the scene. It's over. It's just over. The car is full of bottles, and it's just, and I'm just, you know, when you're drunk, you cry. And I'm going to jail. I mean, it's over. And the police were so infatuated by the lady that I hit that he kind of forgot the aroma that I was carrying, and this gave me a ticket, and I went home. And so this was the backdrop of when my mother's co-worker invited us to go to church one morning. And before I went to church, I wasn't churched or anything. Before I went to church, I had me a little bit of the white powder. I forgot what they call it, but anyway, I said, well, I ain't gonna let this go to waste. So I, you know, snorted it and went on to church. And I hadn't been in church. I didn't, you know, but I just thought it was long. I just kept saying, how long are we gonna be in here? And time went on, when I said finally, you know, I had to look like I was okay. You know, I looked, you know, and service was over, right? I was like, I made it through the service. And the minister got up and was gonna give a benediction, and she stopped. And she said, young man, I don't know you, but the Lord is calling you. Now, I'm from the streets. I don't know what that means. But I knew that I needed to make a change in my life. That's what I knew. I needed to make a change. I knew that holy people go to heaven and unrighteous people go to hell. I knew that from Sunday school, that part I had. So I said, I got to make some changes in my life because I want to go to heaven. And from that point on, amen, I was following hard after God. And I share that with you because I want to remind you that everybody kind of starts somewhere, amen, right? Nobody's born saved, right? But there's a loving God who's got his hands open just like this, and he's welcoming you. And while every testimony is different, it all concludes with the cross, amen. It all concludes with the cross.